Okay, I don't want to make this too long, but I owe everybody an explanation as to what's going on and what that picture is that I put up on Facebook. First of all, let me just say it is with great sadness that I have to announce that through the end of the year, that is the month of November, and one date, possible date in December, I'll have to postpone. I have I don't know if it's above me or below me. I have a X-ray of my artificial knee. What's up, Kenneth? Of my artificial knee. That X-ray was taken 2 years ago, and as you can see, it's in bad shape, and it's been in bad shape for a long time. If you see me in concert, you see me limping a little bit, and no, a lot of bit. And the fellas have seen me, to do this, have seen me do this for the last 3 or 4 years in a lot of pain. Unfortunately, I would say around when I was in Florida, the pain got to be really, 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 really bad. And I actually had to stay in Florida for a couple of weeks. Not had to, but I chose to, just so I could just rest the leg and ice it and all that. I got back here, and it kept getting worse and worse. And I just kept asking myself, look, what's going on? So I went to the doctor, another orthopedist. I said, how you doing, Desiree? And he said, Walter, if you didn't have anything else going on, I'd have you on the table, tomorrow. So basically, the knee is shot. And give you an example. What's up, Desiree? So I have an artificial joint, right? And the joint goes into the tibia, I guess that's what you call it, and it locks in there. There's a component on top that acts as a stabilizer. And mine has been gone for like the last 5 years. So my father, I knew it was going bad when my father was alive, but I had to lift my father when caregivers couldn't, so I couldn't get the surgery then. So it's just getting progressively worse. And now that metal component that is in my tibia is moving around in there and causing pressure every time I stand up or even sit down. So I can't really, right now, I can't really sit for more than 5 minutes or stand more than 5 minutes without, let's just call it feeling it really bad. And there's no way I can do a set playing like this. So I had to call off Baltimore, and I had to call off Philadelphia. So I'm sorry, I'm very, very sorry, but there's just absolutely no way. Give you a perfect example. 4 days ago, I called it off, and I've been working with promoters. 3 nights ago was the first night that I've actually had a night of sleep, well, without getting up twice because of the pain, in probably about a year. That said, what I've been doing is icing it every hour, on the hour, so I'm not getting much done. But I've decided to take care of my health 100%. The reason why I can't, the next thing is that my cardiologist, for those of you who know, so I have a cardiologist, and I'm her first kind of, artist or what have you, and she's been very, very conservative, and I can understand why. Some of you know that I had a couple stents put in last year, right? So there is a protocol that says that I can have this done within 6 months. She doesn't want to do that because the placement of my stents and that kind of thing, she doesn't really want to take the chance. So I can't really have the procedure until April. So I'm kind of, my point simply is either I can keep pushing it, and take a whole bunch of stuff to prop myself up on stage and still be in pain, or I can try to do the best I can to take care of my body and just put my knee first for the rest of the year. So if you look at the X-ray, you can see the knee is deformed. I mean, when I first saw the X-ray 2 years ago, I almost threw up. And that's not the latest X-ray. The latest X-ray, man, I'm just like, oh, man, All of a sudden, everything I've been feeling for the last 5 years, you can really see it. And it's an interesting thing. Yeah, I can't. I was doing a studio session before I canceled, and I was in here for about 10 minutes, man. I'm just like, I can't be in one position for more than 10 minutes without really feeling it. And I'm like, no, this is not going to work. And when I was but maybe a week ago, it was just too much. I can't, I can't. I've been doing this for the last 3 or 4 years, in this pain. And I just, at this point, I got to shut it down, Now, that said, Keystone concert is going to go on with Ronnie Laws, the incredible Ronnie Laws, Mike Phillips, who's amazing saxophonist, Philip Doc Martin, and Tia Fuller. So you're talking about a house full of great saxophonists if you've already purchased your tickets. We've already decided that I'll be back in June, probably the third week of June. We'll make that announcement, in about a week, because in April I will have the surgery, worst case scenario, and I'll be, back in motion by June, they say. I guess apparently these surgeries are getting much better, and there's not as much pain, there's not enough, much rehab. So, I'm looking forward to getting out of the pain, but I just have to, there's just so much you can do, and I'm 64 now, so it's like, before it's just push. My father was alive and stuff like that. The irony is that when I was younger and I started to have knee problems, my father had a bad knee, was bone on bone, and he didn't have his surgery until I had mine. So it's kind of weird the way that happened. So when he got sick, I just said, well, I can't have this because I have to lift him up. So it's funny how life works. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Look, I feel great. Other than the pain will make you change religions, boy. I tell you. But I got good doctors. They're managing the pain. And like I said, I don't know if I said it, but one of the things was to have the option of going there and just taking a whole bunch of stuff to get on stage, and that's a slippery slope. When you start doing stuff like that, then you got to worry about things after post surgery and stuff. I'm not that dude anymore. I'm not. Hello from. I don't want to take that chance because I just don't want to take that chance. So I'm gonna do what I need to do. Calm it down. I have great doctors. My primary care doctor Vega is a great doctor. And I trust my cardiologist. I trust both of them. And we'll just take it one day at a time. If the decision comes to me, which it probably will be, whether I have to err on the side of, err on the side of the stents and waiting for them to heal, I'm probably going to err on the side of waiting for them to heal, and then have the surgery. And they want to do the surgery. The surgery. Well, that's what they do. They want to do surgeries. But like I said, I'm my heart doctor's first. She's conservative, and I'm going to assess all the information, but right now the pain is just too much. I can't, there's things that I can't do. Walking is a problem. Sitting is a problem. Basically, that's all I wanted to say. I'm sorry I haven't been on here more often, but it's just my schedule is now, it's no schedule. It just depends on how much pain I have in the knee. I ice the knee. Now I'm doing about every hour and a half to 2 hours, which is a little bit better. And I just want to make sure that if I have 10 minutes of work that I can do that, and then I just relax the knee, and then and go back to bed or get in the chair. I'm icing it all the time. So for me, that's better than trying to force myself to get on a stage. And not only that, but when you're taking blood thinners, there's a fall risk. So if I'm in places that I'm not so sure, if I'm on stage and I wear sunglasses because the lights hurt my, sunglasses are better for the eyes. And if I fall but I don't fall, that's not the issue. But if I do fall, then there are other issues. When you fall and you're on blood thinners, that's not a good thing. Period. So I'm watching my surroundings, at least for now, until all of this stuff resolves. Which will be soon. But like I just said before, it's imperative for me right now to be conservative because I live alone. I never got married, I never had children. So at this age, I have to be extra cautious as it relates to my health, as it relates to my recovery, and it relates to my long-term, not prognosis, but whatever I'm trying to say, my long-term outlook, rather. All right? So, and I forgot what if any of you are ordering product, please don't order the product for another month. I have to switch to a system that will have the post office come and get the product and take it because of what's happening in the economy and so on and so forth. I had to scale down my assistance, and I no longer have assistants to do that here in Yuma, Arizona. So I have to switch to the mail system where they come by and pick it up because I can't. The lines in Yuma, Arizona for post office, I can't do that. Not right now. You can stand up for maybe a half an hour to 45 minutes, and that's just no. I'm done. I can't. I did my time for that. So I'll let you. My assistant will let you know when to buy again. But right now, please don't buy any product until further notice. I'm not quite sure what Gerald Beasley is doing with Philadelphia. I'm talking to him tomorrow, and that's another thing too. Is, I mean, I gave giving back all the the money, and one thing I'm grateful for is that my band is going to be playing at Keystone, so they won't be losing any money. So that's that one of the reasons why I came back and I kept playing is because my band took off. They didn't take off, but they waited for me for 5 or 6 years to return after I took care of my parents for those years, and I wanted to make sure that I try to give them as many opportunities and get them going as much as possible. I just ran out of with this knee. I just ran out of I ran out. Yeah, and for those of you who don't know, when you go through a knee, well, back then it was really. I had my first one in I'm telling you, maybe 80s. No, my first surgery was in the 70s, but my first knee replacement was in the 80s, and then it was very tough, very, very tough. Then revision was in the 90s, and I had so much scar tissue. That was a rough rehab. So the pain is an issue. But now there's probably not 1 minute that I'm not in pain. It's just the level of it. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful for your patience. I'm so grateful for your support. Because without that and your patience, and without that, I just I was kind of moved to tears in a way before, because I mean people even when my parents were dying, it was just people talk about people a lot, but people who support me are very special, very special. That's why sometimes all the time I get very very quick with the knife when I block people from this page who end up being disrespectful to the page and people who support me, because like I said before, as long as Facebook allows me the opportunity to do what I want to do on this page, I'm going to do it my way, because I've earned that because of what I've tried to do over the years, musically and socially. So that's it. I mean, it's. I'm trusting that things will go well, and I work hard at what I do. Those of you, I mean, obviously because of what I do, I work hard, and I work hard in the rehab, and I work hard before the surgery, and I work hard afterwards. My goal is to take care of the knee now, lose some weight. I've already lost 12 pounds since I've been back here, but that's probably because I've been in pain and I didn't eat. But no, actually, no, it's not. I've been trying to lose the weight too. So 12 pounds down. My goal is to lose another 20 before I have to go under. And that'll be. I can pace it out. I don't want to lose it too quick. I just want to let you guys know what you're looking at with the X-ray, and apologize for me not being in Philadelphia and in Baltimore. I think the last time I actually canceled something was when my mother was diagnosed with cancer, and I chose to stay with her back here. So you know what? If people see me around and I'm on a cane or whatever, you guys know that what the deal is, because sometimes people will be making up stories like, yeah, they got to cut off his leg, and that kind of thing. You hear about Walter, they got to cut off his leg because blah blah. It gets ugly out here with the rumors. So just know that I told you first that it's my knee, and it's fixable according to every doctor. Now, what will happen is that I will never have my gait that I used to have, because I probably have to shave off some bone to get it fit and all that kind of stuff. And I've already lost bone, so I won't walk like I did before. But it won't be that bad. So anyway, again, thank you for your patience, and I apologize to my fans in Philly and Baltimore. My participation in those concerts will be in June. There will be other people who will be taking my spot. Like I said, Mike Phillips, great saxophonist. Tia Fuller, great saxophonist. Ronnie Laws, the legend, will be. This is all Baltimore. And Philip Doc Martin will be. You're going to get a whole bunch of great saxophone playing on the 15th of November. Thank you. All right, everybody have a blessed evening. Like I said before, please don't buy any material that I have to, or that we have to send out, because I have no assistants here in Yuma anymore. And I'm going to switch over to the post office thing where they come to you and then they get the packages and they send them out themselves. And I should have done it a long time ago, but I have not done that. But I have to do that because the whole post office, anything that has to do with me standing or sitting for an extended period of time, is done for at least a month. All right. Thank you very much. God bless you. Stay strong. I'm all right. It's just I got to deal with the pain. Love. All right. Take care of yourselves, you guys. Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate you. Every one of you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you.